great. That's it.
How rude. Have I finished? I haven't finished. Oh, unfortunately, we weren't recording there, were we?
His trademark ultra-funky groove on Second Generation. And as solo, both Andy and Matt decided to dump in favour of something less frenetic. Then there is the drummer, a musician whose reputation precedes it like no other. And in this case, Perry, the man behind the metronome, who in no way embodies the more salacious aspects of these creatures' behaviour, obviously, supplies the backbeat to half of the soundtrack of D Funkt and the majority of Factory Sample. An example of Perry's power of persuasion, actually getting Andy to accept a piccolo snare on one of the tracks.
Like a synth kit, it always sounds a bit naff.
Wicked. Alright, let me try and get this drum feeling.
Alright then.
Just one more time, Perry.
Ah, shit. Sorry, one more time. Yeah. Let me record this drum feel, see if I can get it in.
And again.
Let me see if I can record that.
Yes, that was great. Just one more time, Perry.
Once they were children and they played. Now 10 soldiers, they believe. They're on a mission and declare the terror at the children has arrived. Strike terror in the thoughts of men. Remove the stains of what's before. So we do not transgress.
Here Andy gives insightful production notes that in no way assist the beleaguered Mr. Mealis.
How it feels.
After trying a straight-ahead 4 on the floor, Perry provides extra magic to Andy's somewhat lackluster drum programming on the original demo.
Yeah?
Having established the fact that there are creatures forming the base of this universe, the next obvious place to investigate was the wall of sound that glued all the other instruments together and pinned them to the rhythm tracks. Except those tracks that had synth bass, obviously.
Yeah, that's definitely, that feel definitely was.
No messing around with music. Andy explains the riff, old school.
Right.
That's me. That's it. Okay.
Alright, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Remove the stains of what's before, so we do not transgress again. Yes, zero upon us once more. They are killing and they do not feel it's just a game, and it is real.
Oh dear. So grown up. Right, okay.
The Lin machine, sometimes
Nice.
spelt Lim.
I will let you do your banging.
It's confusing. Oh, this one. Oh, that's the good one? Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Okay. No, it's good. I didn't know which one you meant. No, sir.
Jodie's desire to kill that camera leads to her trying a new device to remain incognito.
Is that the idea? Okay. It sounds a bit more calypsonian than that. Okay.
Now look in total confusion.
But you can look at total confusion again. That's great. That's right.
So what's a revolution between a couple of friends? Don't look down, I'm feeling so high. It's just a little distorted tonight. Who knows when our loving will die?
Kind of. That's probably about enough because they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob, we're not keeping you from anything important, are we? Like recording the solo for an album. Greetings to you out there, or hello from the other side, if that makes you feel more comfortable. I am Dweeboid, a first and a bit generation anthropomorphous cock-up from that now defunct little science project, codenamed Popsicle. Now, it's difficult enough to come to terms with the fact that my entire existence was conjured up by some random DNA fusing with the bio-nano construction of a failed attempt at a pop star. But then I found out both D-Royd and I were created by a failed scientist that was actually created by the mysterious and possibly malign force Professor Susan Howth Wen. Only then did I discover in some other universe we're all apparently the product of some twisted person only known as Andy. I hope he's no relation to that total non-wit AWM. Silly git. So who is this bloke Andy?
Two down, there you go. MacArthur Park in the driving snow. Up down, they're digging it out. Better lay your claim.
This is going to be the first of the many videos associated with this project, where we're kind of introducing D-Royd, and in a sense I'm sort of killing Andy and becoming D-Royd in the video.
An artificial pop star that doesn't speak. Given that Andy was fronting this concept, this appeared to be a considerable asset. The idea involved a mute pop marionette created by an imaginary nutty scientist come manager, Professor Dweeb.
I'm mindless, I'm an A&R mainstream, I'm full money sold, and I really can sing. I can dance, I'm quite slim, I'm very pretty, and my legs are thin. So much for girl power.
It would be another 13 years before the project as we know it today came to fruition.
I decided, right, I wanted to return to the whole D-Royd thing, and at that time it was still going to be under Andy and the Other One, so I think when it was originally released it was still under the name The Andy and the Other One. It became part of Big Funk Factory because I was then approached much later on, about I think 2 years after I'd recorded it actually, at which point I'd done things with Big Funk, Andy and the Big Funk, for the can you handle it thing, which never really went anywhere, and he ain't heavy and all that stuff. And I was approached then by Roy March, who sort of suggested that there was life in the thing, and through some roundabout way it ended up with the idea that the band was going to be the star and not me, which I thought was fair enough. I thought that was cool. So that's why it was called the Big Funk Factory and not Andy Mitchell or the AM or something else.
Have you seen the picture of a virtuous lady? She's over time to
When we did the website, it became a kind of an interactive semi-movie type thing, but with excerpts written on the website telling some of the story, and the actual script changed. I dumped a lot of stuff and re-recorded stuff, and it was done on the lowest budget possible. I had to accentuate the lack of rhythmic ability by actually dancing in some of these videos. So I got wonderful Danielle Duncan Rosenberg to choreograph stuff, again with not nearly enough rehearsal from my point of view, and we ended up doing the first video like that, which was Juice It, which is a kind of a dream inspired thing that D-Royd's having as he's malfunctioning. And then we did another one which I think worked out better, which was Love Virus. But again, you know, it's all about rehearsal. We, you know, that I'd spent a bit more money on it, and so it was a bit better because I spent a bit more money on it. We were also doing it in a proper green studio and all that stuff.
Christ, that's disturbing.
So yeah, so the D-Royd thing grew, and ultimately I sort of cobbled together the whole story in several episodes, and then edited it all together as a sort of feature-length thing. But it certainly wasn't. I mean, it was no expense spent, and but it gave the whole project the jumping-off point to then move the story along. And there was always this idea of a trilogy in my head by that point. So I knew already the story I wanted to do for Transaction Declined, and we'd killed off D-Royd. Spoiler alert.
Now on my show, the exclusive everyone has been waiting for. D-Royd's first ever interview. So, D-Royd, we've all been anxious to hear what you really sound like when you talk. How about saying a medium-sized hello to the studio audience?
I wanted to have proper actors in because I really didn't think my really abysmal stop frame animation and you know, bits of string animation that you saw in the first thing, and me doing a lot of the voices and all the rest of it. Some of it, the voices were taken from a recording we did of D-Royd back in the day, and I would have happily got those guys in, but I've lost contact with all the people who were in that, so I ended up having to do all sorts of tricks in order to make that stuff work. And I thought, well, the new script, I was determined we were going to do it in a different way, and so we've got proper performers in it and actors and so on, and of course it all centres around Dweebdroid because D-Royd's been got rid of in the first one.
About bloody time.
And the third one moves on, which is when we get to this character called AWM, which is strangely based on some obnoxious, less talented, kind of pompous Sting-like character, but a much less talented kind of Sting-like character who had a band called the AM Band and then had Andy in the other one, and it was a perfect opportunity, I thought, to cross-fertilise the whole project. So there's a back history which I didn't have to create too much about, because it's, of course, it's all there and it's actually authentic. So there's a sneaky way of getting round that. But there was the idea anyway of having this arse called AWM. So we introduce him in Transaction Declined, and he becomes the centre of the musical, the vocal side of things in the third album.
And possibly there's an explanation as to why all these lead singers look and sound exactly the same, even though they're supposed to be different characters.
I can't seem to feel. I can't seem to feel. I can't seem to feel.
That's going to be the third and final part, and it is most definitely, it's very finite the way it ends.